In a world filled with challenges, uncertainties, and sometimes loneliness, the message of Jesus as a friend who loves us all is one of the most comforting and powerful truths we can share. This script explores the nature of Jesus' friendship, his unconditional love, and how we can embody that love in our own lives. Through stories, teachings, and reflections, we will discover what it means to have Jesus as our friend and how his love can transform our hearts and relationships. The concept of friendship is central to human experience. Friends are those who stand by us in times of joy and sorrow, who listen without judgment, and who offer support and encouragement. Jesus embodies the perfect friend, one who loves us unconditionally and desires a personal relationship with each of us. In John 15:15, Jesus says, "I no longer call you servants, because a servant does not know his master's business. Instead, I have called you friends, for everything that I learned from my Father, I have made known to you." This profound statement reveals the depth of Jesus' love and his desire for intimacy with us. He invites us into a relationship where we are not just followers but friends who share in his mission and purpose. One of the most remarkable aspects of Jesus' friendship is his unconditional love. Unlike human friendships, which can sometimes be conditional or based on performance, Jesus loves us just as we are. His love is not dependent on our achievements, our behavior, or our past mistakes. Instead, it is a love that forgives, heals, and restores. In the story of the Prodigal Son, Luke 15:11-32, we see a beautiful illustration of this unconditional love. The son, after squandering his inheritance, returns home, expecting rejection. Instead, his father runs to him, embraces him, and celebrates his return. This parable reflects the heart of Jesus, who welcomes us back with open arms, no matter how far we may have strayed. Throughout the Gospels, we see Jesus demonstrating his friendship through his actions. He spent time with those who were marginalized, offering them love and acceptance. He healed the sick, comforted the grieving, and provided for the needy. Each of these acts was a reflection of his deep love and compassion. In Mark 2:1-12, we read about a paralyzed man whose friends brought him to Jesus. When they could not get through the crowd, they lowered him through the roof. Jesus, seeing their faith, forgave the man's sins and healed him. This story illustrates the power of friendship and community, as well as Jesus' willingness to respond to our needs. In John 11, we find the story of Lazarus, a dear friend of Jesus who had died. When Jesus arrived, he was met with grief and sorrow. The shortest verse in the Bible, Jesus wept, John 11:35, shows us his deep compassion and empathy. Jesus did not shy away from the pain of his friends. Instead, he entered into it, demonstrating that true friendship involves sharing in both joy and sorrow. In the feeding of the 5,000, John 6:1-14, Jesus took 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish and miraculously multiplied them to feed a large crowd. This act of provision not only met the physical needs of the people, but also showed his care and concern for their well-being. Jesus teaches us that friendship involves looking out for one another and being willing to share what we have. As followers of Christ, we are called to reflect his love and friendship in our own lives. Jesus commands us in John 13:34-35, "A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples if you love one another." This command challenges us to love others with the same unconditional love that Jesus shows us. One of the simplest yet most profound ways to show love is by being present for others. Just as Jesus was present for his friends, we can offer our time and attention to those in need. Whether it's listening to a friend who is struggling or spending time with someone who feels lonely, our presence can be a powerful expression of love. Jesus' love is characterized by forgiveness. In our relationships, we will inevitably face conflicts and misunderstandings. Choosing to forgive, just as Jesus forgives us, is essential for maintaining healthy friendships. Forgiveness allows us to move forward and strengthens our bonds with one another. Jesus demonstrated his love through acts of service. We can follow his example by looking for opportunities to serve those around us. This could be as simple as helping a neighbor with groceries, volunteering at a local charity, or offering support to a friend in need. Serving others not only reflects Jesus' love, but also brings joy and fulfillment to our own lives. Jesus not only calls us to individual friendships, but also invites us into a community of believers. The early church, as described in Acts 2:42-47, was characterized by fellowship, breaking bread together, and sharing their lives. This sense of community is essential for nurturing our faith and experiencing the love of Jesus in tangible ways. In a community of believers, we can encourage one another in our faith journeys. Hebrews 10:24-25 reminds us to consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together. Being part of a community provides us with the support we need to grow in our relationship with Jesus and to face life's challenges. In a loving community, we can share our joys and sorrows with one another. When we celebrate milestones together or support each other through difficult times, we experience the love of Jesus in action. This shared experience deepens our connections and reminds us that we are not alone. Being part of a community allows us to grow together in our understanding of Jesus and his teachings. Through Bible studies, prayer groups, and fellowship activities, we can learn from one another and encourage each other to deepen our faith. This collective growth fosters a sense of belonging and strengthens our commitment to living out Jesus' teachings in our daily lives. The message of Jesus as the friend who loves us all is a powerful reminder of the depth of his love and the importance of friendship in our lives. Through his example, we learn that true friendship is characterized by unconditional love, compassion, and a willingness to serve others. As we embrace Jesus as our friend, we are called to reflect his love in our relationships, offering support, forgiveness, and encouragement to those around us. In a world that often feels disconnected and lonely, let us remember that we are never truly alone. Jesus is always with us, inviting us into a deeper relationship with him and encouraging us to share that love with others. By embodying the love of Jesus in our lives, we can create a ripple effect of kindness and compassion, making the world a brighter place for everyone. As we go forth, let us carry the message of Jesus' friendship in our hearts, sharing it with children and adults alike, and reminding everyone that they are loved, valued, and never alone. Understanding Jesus as our friend transforms how we view ourselves and others. When we recognize that we are loved unconditionally, we can begin to love ourselves and extend that love to those around us. This transformation is not just about feeling good, it's about living out the principles of love, kindness, and compassion in our daily interactions. Knowing that Jesus calls us friends helps us embrace our identity as beloved children of God. This understanding fosters self-worth and confidence, allowing us to approach life with a sense of purpose and belonging. When we see ourselves through the lens of Jesus' love, we can face challenges with courage and resilience. As we experience Jesus' grace in our lives, we are empowered to extend that grace to others. This means being patient, understanding, and forgiving, even when it's difficult. By practicing grace in our relationships, we create an environment where love can flourish and people feel safe to be themselves. Jesus' friendship encourages us to cultivate kindness in our communities. Simple acts of kindness, whether it's a smile, a compliment, or a helping hand, can have a profound impact on those around us. By fostering a culture of kindness, we reflect Jesus' love and create spaces where everyone feels valued and accepted. Prayer is a vital aspect of our friendship with Jesus. It is through prayer that we communicate with him, share our hearts, and seek his guidance. Regular prayer helps us deepen our relationship with Jesus. It allows us to express our thoughts, feelings, and desires, creating an open line of communication. As we spend time in prayer, we become more attuned to his voice and his leading in our lives. In times of difficulty, prayer provides us with the wisdom and strength we need to navigate challenges. Jesus invites us to cast our cares on him, 1 Peter 5:7, reminding us that we do not have to face our struggles alone. Through prayer, we can find comfort and reassurance in his presence. As friends of Jesus, we are called to intercede for others in prayer. This means bringing the needs of our friends, family, and community before him, lifting them up in faith and asking for his intervention in their lives. Intercessory prayer is a powerful way to demonstrate our love for others and to partner with Jesus in his work. The friendship of Jesus is a profound gift that shapes our lives and relationships. His unconditional love, compassion, and willingness to serve set the standard for how we are to love one another. As we embrace this friendship, we are transformed and empowered to reflect his love in our interactions with others. Let us commit to living out the principles of Jesus' friendship, creating a community that embodies love, kindness, and support. By doing so, we not only honor our friendship with Jesus, but also invite others to experience the transformative power of his love in their lives.